What would you visit in Paris if you were to visit with a teen? Bonjour, my name is Blandine, and for almost 80% of my life I've lived in or around Paris, and my goal here is to give you as many advice, as many tips as possible so you can organize your trip in advance and enjoy Paris with a teen the best you can. Well, you would visit the Eiffel Tower, of course, you would do a boat tour, you would visit a small tiny piece of the Louvre, you would visit l'Assemblée Nationale, Citéco Museum, you would visit the small museum of Marie Curie, you would go to the Museum of la Libération, the Museum of Orsay, on Montmartre, and to see the view on the Sacré-Cœur. You would also visit l'Hôtel de la Marine, and at the Hôtel de la Marine you could have a cooking class with Le Cordon Bleu, which is fun with a teen. For sure, I know the teens topic quite well because I had 3 of them. They are now young adults. Bear in mind that we have around 150 museums in Paris, so I had to draw a selection. So, of course, you would begin by the Eiffel Tower because it will give you an overview of Paris, and it speaks about creativity, it speaks about less is more, and it's a beautiful visit, but it's also a very meaningful visit, so you will love it. And with teens you can go up by stairs and just make a little effort, and from the second floor to the top you only can go by elevator. But then from the top to the second you go by elevator, and from the second floor back to the floor you can go by stairs again, which is fun. It's very safe and it's not scary at all. If you want to discover more about the Eiffel Tower, I have a dedicated video to the Eiffel Tower and a small one of the lift of the Eiffel Tower as well. In order to have a perfect intro, you would also go on the boat tour, and I would recommend that you take the bateau bus because the bateau bus are smaller, the timing is very serious and it's smoother. I like bateau bus a lot. And you can hop on and hop off of the bateau bus, which is very practical. The Louvre is free for everybody the first Friday night of each month after 6 p.m. And one other good tip is that if you have your ticket booked in advance, you can enter with almost every time no queue at La Porte des Lions, and La Porte des Lions is on the side river inside the garden. Dedicate 2 to 3 hours to the Louvre, but not more. It's huge and it's exhausting. Now, another great visit you would want to do with a teen is l'Assemblée Nationale. And l'Assemblée Nationale is the heart of our democracy. It's where the laws are being debated and voted. And it's a beautiful palace. It's when you enter the hemicycle, it's very impressive. It's beautiful, it's free. The rooster at the entrance is our symbolic animal. And outside, you will find the human rights sphere. Each time I read them, it gets me emotional. Then you would want to visit the Citéco Museum. It's beautiful. It's like for me visiting the pool d'art of Harry Potter's house. And it's an old building of the Bank of France. It has turned into a museum quite recently. So it's a beautiful building, and it's a perfect visit if your teen is going to study business or economics or finance. You would love the vault room in the basement. Very impressive. Next, you would want to visit the Pierre et Marie Curie Museum, and Pierre and Marie Curie won the Nobel Prize because they discovered radioactivity. So you would understand what's radioactivity, how it works, how it was discovered, in what it's still used and how it's used now. And it's an old lab you would visit, so it's very impressive. And keep in mind that in this family they had altogether 5 Nobel Prize on 2 generations, which is crazy when you think about it. I don't know if I should call this a fun fact, but back then, when they discovered radioactivity, in some places they used radioactivity in cosmetics on the skin. And Marie Curie, I would say, is one of the first well-renowned women scientists, we should mention it. The Musée de la Libération is also worth your time, as you will discover 20 meters under the ground a bunker that served during and at the end of the Second World War, when Paris was being liberated. So it would be interesting to understand back then what happened here. Of course, another museum, which is my favorite museum in the world, le Musée d'Orsay. You cannot go without it. It's an old station transformed into a museum. You can go straight to the point and go to the 5th floor and enjoy the Impressionism, the beautiful paintings from Renoir, Monet, Van Gogh, and it's a place that will make you happy no matter what, I would say. Now, climbing to Montmartre is also a big one. Beware that if you were to go up to the Sacré-Cœur, the stairs are really not very friendly, I would say. I was kind of scared inside. It's very tight, but the view at the top of the Sacré-Cœur is gorgeous. Even the view at the bottom is gorgeous, but the view at the top is incredible. But you have to deserve it the hard way, I would say. I would end all of these beautiful visits by the Hôtel de la Marine visit, and it's a beautiful museum with a beautiful view, and after the visit you can also plan to have a cooking class with Le Cordon Bleu. The Cordon Bleu is our best French cooking school, but it's renowned all over the world. So you would love to have a chef teach you some pastries or teach you a meal, and it's a very nice time to have together with the team. I did it, I love it. And I think I will go again for a cooking class at l'Hôtel de la Marine. I almost forget to mention that in Paris you would find almost at, I would say, every corner of street up small art, and they are mosaic art pieces, and they are made by an artist called Invader. There are around 1,500 of them. Some of them are very humorous, and some of them are not real one, faked one, but you would find many of them. It's a fun way to walk in the street and look for them. Well, I hope you enjoy all these tips, and I'm sure you will get great memories with your teens. Paris is an incredible city to visit, and of course you wouldn't need to come back and to see more, especially if you have a teen that loves fashion or if you have a teen that loves science. You have dedicated museum, but I tried to stay mainstream, and I think visiting with teens is also interesting when you nourish their interests. So enjoy Paris, et voilà! Okay, I had a day dedicated, and you can kind of surprising. No, it's our best school. Et voilà!